It's a nice rainy 50-degree day cutting through here in Queens. What's going on, YouTube? BK Low is back in the building. And as you can see, it is very wet out here. And why am I pushing myself to ride in the cold rain today? Well, that's because today, December 15th, 2018, is none other than the Rolling Thunder rolling into the holidays holiday party. And I've always wanted to hit this event, but there's always been stuff that's come up in years past. But this year, you know, like, we made the plan last week and we were like, yeah, we're gonna hit this. We're gonna go support Gerard, Steve, Tom, and all the guys over at Rolling Thunder, just like they support us with our bikes. So yeah, my plan is probably one of the usual plans you see, which is a meetup over at the road captain's house. I believe who is meeting up today is going to be myself, the road captain, obviously, and none other than Smiley Steve, who's just started his own YouTube channel. But yeah, so they got a good little holiday party set up. They bring in a bunch of food. I think they got like a big raffle, stuff like that, and it's a good opportunity to pick up any of those last minute gifts that you just haven't had a chance to grab. So, you know, it's always something. But yeah, you know, it's been a minute since I've ridden in rain like this. I think the last time was myself and the boys went out one day. We were heading to the Hawk's Nest, and we just got maybe like a quarter of the way there, and we just started getting pounded with rain that wasn't even called for in the forecast. So that was a day where we just kind of pulled off, hit a little diner that old man Armstrong knew about, you know, hit up some pancakes for the table, and chilled for like an hour or two there. And I can say right now, the gloves, the heated gloves, which of course I got on right now, I have yet to do a review on them, but my hands are still dry, which is cool, as well as my torso is still dry, and that's being covered by the jacket liner. My feet pretty much dry. For those, I'm rocking these Red Wing boots, another thing I want to do a review on at some point. And yeah, it's really just my legs that are pretty wet in the front, where all the rain's hitting. So that is what it is, you know. But I don't know, maybe when I get to the road captain's house I can hit him with a hair dryer or something. But yeah, so that's the deal. Follow me over to Rolling Thunder Cycles today. You know, if you're down to ride in the rain for a little bit with us. But yeah, I've been hitting a lot of holiday events this year, man. We did, so obviously we had the NYDC sweater run, which I had to chop up into 3 separate videos just because there is so much footage. And then of course we had the annual St. Chris toy run put on by the Who Cares committee. And now this is the 3rd weekend of Holiday Madness, of which we are hitting the Rolling Thunder holiday party. So yeah, should be interesting. I don't know how many bikes, I don't know how many guys are going to be pulling up on bikes today, but you know, I would just, personally, I feel kind of weird rolling up to a motorcycle holiday party caging it, you know. No, not talking trash to anyone who would do that. Of course, it's a reasonable thing to do, but, you know, I feel like the appropriate way to do that is to roll up on your dyno with a Fab 28 pipe and 585 S&S cams, of course. Alright, yeah, but I'm gonna continue my wet, cold ride out here and try not to die. So I'll catch you guys when I connect with my boys. Peace for a little bit. So we are back out here in Hempstead Turnpike, and we have the one, the only Smiley Steve in the building, currently gassing up. What is good? Spinning tires, doing all sorts of crazy things out here. And of course, you know, we got the road captain in the building. There he is. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good.
How's the bike feeling?
Feeling good.
All right, man.
Back wheel friction.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me.
Gotta be careful, man.
It was from a stop, and I was like, oh, man.
As soon as I hit the gas, the thing
So that's funny, because we all did the same thing. We all spun unintentionally our back tires out of a stop. You know what happens, man. Everyone's getting to it. Everyone's excited. You get a little bit too excited. The next thing you know, you're doing a rolling burnout. Oh, listen to that fine machine. Alright, let's roll, boys. It's actually a funny story, man. Stevie actually hit me up in the morning, and he was like, yo, it's raining. It's raining by me in the Bronx right now. He's like, I'm not riding. Like, I'm just gonna drop the bike off to get my cams done. And I was like, no, dude, in Brooklyn, it's totally clear. I'm looking at the forecast. It's gonna be clear the rest of the day. So I was like, just come out, man. You wanted to hit this event, we'll have fun. So I tell him that, I convince him to not drop his bike off and to come out and ride today and hit up this party. And then about an hour later, as you guys saw where I started the video, you know, it's like raining enough to where you're pretty wet. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, oh man, I should probably like pull over and tell him to just like not come out, because the forecast is definitely not what it said it would be. Oh, look at this dog, man. Now that's a good buddy. Dog doesn't like the bike. Yeah, so I tell him that, and then, you know, I was halfway through coming here, and I'm like, you know what, it's definitely too late. He's definitely already riding in this nonsense already, and he's definitely cursing my name. Which is funny, because the first thing he did when he pulled up is just promptly gave me the finger. In which case I was like, yeah, I kind of expected that. Sorry, Smiley. Oh, he's pointing at the Starbucks, the ancient coffee house of glory and bliss. Shout out to Connor FXDB.
After a long day of riding, crushing miles, I like to settle down with a nice warm cup of whatever coffee I enjoy, all of it. Live to ride, ride to Starbucks. Back to you, Brooklyn.
I do gotta give a major shout out to Smiley Steve though. But like I've mentioned before, he recently started a YouTube channel, so he's kind of the up and coming. He's like slowly figuring out his style, figuring out the audio, figuring out all that stuff. So I think he's definitely a good channel to keep your eye on. I think he's got some exciting stuff coming, so check out his channel, FXFBNYC. Check out his Instagram as well. The other thing that's funny is we always say that his bike is the most photogenic, right? But one thing I'll say, man, is his bike shows dirt and grime like no other. My bike is hiding it pretty well. His bike, you can see it everywhere, man. That white is showing off that NYC grime pretty well, you know? Ah, just love that backfire, man. It's the best in Brooklyn too, because when it happens, you see people kind of look around real concerned, assuming it's a gunshot. It's that loud. If you have a Fab 28 on a 110, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, shout out to both my boys, man. Smiley, Road Captain. We're gonna have some fun today. Go hang out with Gerard and the crew, eat some good food, hopefully win a raffle, and pick up some last minute gifts. Alright, so I'll pick it back up when we get a little bit closer to Rolling Thunder Cycles in Hempstead. And yeah, stay tuned. Peace.